Hey, I've got a new product here that I wanted to share with everybody and kind of what I had to end up doing in terms of modifying. This is a leaf guard called Leaftek, and I've ordered this on Amazon. I got 300 lineal feet of it to go around my house. I've got approximately 290 feet that I'm going to be putting up. I've already done the front here, and I have a lot of oak leaves and pine needles that used to get in the old style wire ones, and so I'm putting these up. The problem is that these only come in 5-inch and 6-inch widths, and these gutters up here are actually 4-inch. The house was built in 1999, and they're not real common having a 4-inch. We do get a little bit of snow up here, so I suspect that the builder may have went with the thinner ones because of the weight of the snow. But in either event, what I have to do is modify these 5-inch to a 4-inch. And so let's go in the garage and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, this is the jig that I set up, and what I've done is just took some plyboard, put it up on a couple of sawhorses that I got at Harbor Freight. And so I already know that I need to take off about 1 inch. So what I did is I built this board, screwed this down just a little over 1 inch behind, so I have some working room. And then so what I simply do is I place this up against there, put some glasses here on it, and I take this other board with these stop gaps on each side, and I just lay those down here, and I know that once I press this up against the back of this board, that's where I want the bend to take place. I started out with taking a grinder saw, and I would saw it. But once I get this to where I want the bend to take place, across here on each side, then what I do is I simply take a clamp, adjusted, and I'm going to clamp that down, okay? And that's going to make me a nice uniform. And now what I can do is I can line up the dots here with the flush, and back here with this board acting as a straight edge, and see exactly where to bend it. Now, this is my last piece actually, and then I'm done with the entire 300 lineal feet of my roof. But I wanted to save this last piece to show you what I did to make that bend. Then this board, what you simply want to do is once you know the width of where you want the bend to take place, then take another board that would go on the back here, and let's screw that down. That's screwed down. Now, obviously, I didn't need to do that for the last section, but I wanted you to be able to see that, because if you're going to be bending a lot of these, you're going to want to be able to go through these quickly. And so what I did is I did these in sections. I would do one side of the house, which would be like, 20 bends, 20 sections each side, and then the backs were, I think, 40 or something to that effect. So you get done, you bend one, and then the next one you put in. Now you've got it set, your jig, to be just where you need it each time. And you don't have to go in here and second guess yourself. Just come in now, clamp it. Make sure it's even crossed, and it is. Then I suggest you wear a glove, because this can be sharp. And then I just simply do this. If it breaks like that, don't worry about it, because that's going to be in the back side of your rain gutter anyway. I'd say out of all of them that I bent, all 70, I may have broke 6 of them. And again, it doesn't affect the performance. Then I take a hammer. I want to get a sharp edge across here. off, and boom, I'm ready to go. So let's go outside and I'll show you the top of the roof where I'm at, and finish that up with showing you the one side. Did you kill it? Okay, so this is the front of the house. You can see how wide the house is, and again, this front piece probably used up about just under 100 lineal feet of gutter guard on the front. So let's go around to the side now, and I'll show you the side. Okay, here I am. I'm up on the roof, and as you can see, this is the end of the roof line here to the front of the house, and this is the section now that I got to fill in, and it's actually 33 inches. That's why this last piece you saw me bend looked probably smaller to you than 4 feet. That's because it is. I went ahead and already pre-cut it before I bent it to make it a little easier, but you can kind of see down all the way down the end of the house there, the side, where I've already laid all of the rain guard there from Leaftek, and it looks really good, and I think it's going to be just fine. So anyway, I hope that this might help those of you that have the narrower rain gutters, because the 4-inch, you've got to do something. And again, you can see on mine how the tile actually comes up underneath into the rain gutter, and then it drops. So it makes it kind of challenging. So each one of you are going to have to look at yours and maybe come up with your own plan. But that is a solution. And in some cases, you might want to just go with the bend and cut it off a little bit in the back, and then you could bolt it if you don't have this tile coming up underneath into the gutter. So again, I just wanted you to know there is a solution. This is probably one of the most challenging ones that one would have to ever do with a cement tile roof that protrudes over into the rain gutter, actually at an angle. So again, this is from Hank the Handyman. Hope this helps.